Now I am. How there? Good morning, and thanks for staying with us here. And thanks to Kwaku Asante for bringing us fellow Ghanaians this morning. Sheila came through with some news. It returns again tomorrow. Make sure you tune in as well. Here on the show, where it's proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise and still folks, Papa Pathie. We're excited about what Franco Trading Enterprise is doing for Ghanaians out there. We've got discounts for you. You might just walk out with a discount in any of the branches that you walk into. And so make sure you get all your appliances from Franco Trading Enterprise, your phones, your blenders, your microwaves, your CCTV cameras, your televisions, your air conditionings, your fridges. You can get all of them from Franco Trading Enterprise. Download the app. It's the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store, and you can also get on our website www.francotrading.com, and you can get all the details that you need from there. And so please do well and patronize us. Franco Trading Enterprise says still, phones, Papa Pathie is the best that you can ever get, and the customer service is top notch as well. So please do well as you celebrate Ramadan Kareem. Please make sure that you grab something and show some love to your loved ones by getting them from Franco Trading Enterprise. That's what it is. Now, next week, then we're getting closer and closer to that moment that we all been waiting for. Gomwa Easter Carnival is going to be something else, and I'm sure by now you already know where you're supposed to go this Easter period, and we're making it even more exciting for you. So please do come through from the 2nd to the 5th of April 2026 is the Gomwa Easter Carnival, which is taking over the weekend in Gomwa Central Constituency, and that's where we're all meeting for 4 unforgettable days of color, culture, music, and pure excitement. Experience vibrant street parades. We're going to have masquerades, electrifying live performances, rich cultural displays, visual arts, food, fashion, and exciting brand activations, a beautiful blend of heritage, royalty, and modern street culture, all in one destination. This bold step and initiative is championed by the Member of Parliament for Gomwa Central, Kwame Asari, of being A+. The Gomwa Easter Carnival is powered by the Joy Brands and proudly sponsored by Hot Wave. It's on the 2nd to the 5th of April 2026. Gomwa Central Constituency will be the venue. Come with your energy. Come ready to celebrate. And as we all say, Gomwa Easter Carnival 2026, let's all meet at the center. Vendors should call 0202158734, and hotel reservations you can call 0534049996, and you're good to go. All right, so make your reservations right now. Let's all meet at the center, and it's going to be exciting. You know that the team has been paying a visit. We brought you some of the things that you can discover when you go there. I am looking forward to Jartown. There's a place called Jartown. You'll love it. Jartown has no disturbances. Rocky Dawuni will be there. And over 30 artists that we're putting through Gomwa constituency this Easter. So you need to come through. And Kwame and Honorable are here, and they have a direct pass from me. We'll talk about that. Now, the biggest kids cooking reality show is also back. This Chef Junior is here again, and it's even bigger and tastier and more exciting. And you want to be a part of this excitement, just do well and send us a video, a 1-minute video of yourself in the kitchen doing what you do best. If you're between the ages of 8 to 12 years old, just if you have the passion, personality, and the love for cooking, you're good to go. You don't need to even be a perfect one. All you need to just come and be ready to shine. To enter, send us a 1-minute video of yourself cooking your favorite meal via WhatsApp number 0551575757, and the deadline is 20th of March 2026. Get your apron and get ready to be the next Big Chef Junior star. Big Chef, good meals by kids, and we love it. Now, this March, the Joy Ghana Month celebration is getting much better and better. Get ready. Joy Prime proudly present to you Ghana Fest, Friday 20th of March to Saturday and Sunday. And so it's 3 unforgettable days of culture, music, fashion, food, business exhibitions, and non-stop entertainment all in one place. Live performance, cultural displays, made in Ghana expression, family fun activities, exciting giveaways, and the venue will be at the Achimota Mall. It's Friday 20th to the 22nd of March, and it's 8 a.m. till late. So please come through. If you're a vendor, exhibitor looking for ways to showcase your brand, food, fashion for products, thousands of patrons will be ready to actually also, buy from you. So call or WhatsApp 05300 3813 and secure your vendor space right now. Whether you love music, amazing food, fashion, or good vibes, Ghana Fest 2026 is the place you want to be. Mark your calendars and see you very soon. I am going to be there. The entire team will be there this weekend. We're spending it with you at Achimota Mall, so please do well and be a part of it. This morning I've got my guest in the studio, and also we're looking at two important things. Minority is still demanding the removal of 1 cedi fuel levy, and they are insisting that prices are going up, and so the president should be able to do that. In fact, they think that is the easiest thing the president can actually do. And again, President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has added his voice to the issue of rent in this country, and is asking that if your landlord says, I am taking more than 6 months advance from you, the best thing you have to do is to report the landlord. Just report the landlord, and they will take it over from there. The authorities will take it over. But don't forget that we have a rent control institution that is supposed to also take a look at that. But as to whether they've been able to enforce the 6 months, rent advance instead of the 3 years and the 4 years and the 2 years that landlords have been taking, that's also another conversation altogether. But we'll take a look at it here on the show. Joining me right now here in studio is Kwame Owusu Danso, is the president for Accountability Forum and also a lawyer here. Very good brother of mine, bro.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
The white is still coming.
Absolutely.
They don't end here.
Yes.
It's good.
A demonstration of great wisdom and blessings. The Most High.
I like the Most High. He sends me back. Jata.
I know.
The Most High.
When I was there, absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Honorable Peter Kwachaka is here with me as well. He's a former MP for Memphis Central. It's always good to have you here on the show.
Thank you.
And,
thank you.
How you both decided to do white today, I'm still thinking.
Yeah. That's
like
cool.
good blessings.
When I saw you guys, I was like, what happened? You called each other as well. Some celebration and I don't know.
We'll be going to Jata, so it's just a demonstration of our preparedness.
Yes.
Great.
Visit the Jata.
Yes. But I want you guys to come to Boma for the Easter camp. Yes, it will be great.
Let me seize this opportunity to commend my brother A+. I mean, from music to punditry to politics. I think it's a very important story that we ought to tell, to encourage the young people out there that it doesn't matter how you start. The most important thing is how you finish.
Yeah.
In between the start and the finish, there will be some unforeseen circumstances. There will be some undulating moments in your life. But how you seek to deal with it is very important, and that will determine the outcomes that you may reach in your destination. So let me congratulate A+. I think I reached out to him and I told him that I would be of service to him.
Yeah.
Particularly because of what he's doing for his constituency. Trying to put his constituency on the map is something that a lot of the MPs ought to begin to do. I do recall. I think in 2016, between 2016 and 2020, I had this concept where I pitched to some of the members of parliament that they needed to have specific websites. I'm just saying it, maybe they would now go and implement it themselves, but they didn't give me the opportunity to do it for them. Where they would have, websites, just websites for their constituency. So maybe www.Okaikui North constituency. Now, the idea is that you will be able to now put your constituency on the map.
Yeah.
People, if they want to come to constituency and they want to know what is there, they will just
everything is there.
Everything is there. Pictures,
projects you're embarking on and all that.
Exactly. So maybe they should.
So that's a brilliant one.
Oh yeah. So now I'm giving it out for free because I push them.
Yeah. Because the Facebook and all that is
most people don't see. They don't have foresight. A lot of these politicians, well, a lot of them actually, they don't have foresight. Once they get into parliament, I think their dreams would have been met or their expectations would have been met, and therefore they don't give credence to anything that appears to be alien to their rigid mental set. So once it is alien to their rigid mental set, they don't want to have a discussion on that. But we must look beyond those peripheries. Politics is not just about you and your constituency. It's also about how you be able to put your constituency on the map.
Yeah.
And I think A+ has demonstrated quite axiomatically, that if you are a creative person, you can use your creativity to put your constituency on the map. Now all of us are excited about going to.
Many
people who do not even know Gomu Honorable, I'm sure they are very excited about it. So congratulations to him. I'm happy that he's doing it.
Yeah. And don't forget that it's the only constituency that has free internet service for the constituents, free Wi-Fi, and he has all the details on his phone, so he sees all the areas in the constituency that are enjoying the free Wi-Fi. So yes, I mean it's the only constituency. Once you go there, you connect to the internet for free.
I also believe that it depends on let me just bring greetings to your viewers and my constituents. Sometimes it depends on the constituency. If you consider where we come from, you see, certain things are more important. So sometimes some of the MPs do concentrate on that. I've known some MPs who just concentrate on this social media and put things there which are not even relevant to the constituency. Some of them tell stories which are not even true. They have done this, they have done that to the whole world. But if you go to the place there, you don't see anything there. So sometimes you must also try to balance it. Sometimes if you concentrate too much on the social media, to the detriment of the constituents, because sometimes our areas, people need water, people need roads, they need internet service, like you're saying. But if you are not careful, the MPs, some of them, they just concentrate on these things. I've known a few of them who just put stories on the social media which are not very true at all. If you go to the constituents, you see that it's a different story. But on the social media, as if the place is heaven. So we must try to balance these issues. That's my take on this.
You see this thing now Honorable is talking about. In 2016, I retorted to one of Ghana's great politicians that MPP was going to win the 2016 elections. I said it. And the person agreed with me. And I gave him reasons why I thought that MPP was going to win in 2016. You know why, KMJ?
Yeah.
Because at the time, anytime I went on Facebook and I opened Facebook, the first person I saw was Akufo-Addo. I saw once 2016, just check. Anytime you opened Facebook, you would see Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's face. So I told somebody that, look, it is quite clear from where I sit that MPP was going to win the 2016 election. He argued and argued. Eventually, MPP won. I'm not saying that you should, as a member of parliament, focus so much on putting things on social media to the neglect of the very important things that your constituents may need. I am simply saying that there should be an intercourse between performance and projection, so that people who are not in your constituency may even be excited to come to your constituency and come and invest. Bear in mind that governance is not an individual project, if you like. It is a collection, or if you like, there are different people who are to come together to ensure that your needs are met. So when you put it out there, somebody would see. I mean, there are people who are watching consistently and constantly what is happening in different parts of the country. Yeah. And somebody may be interested in, for instance, this thing that A+ is interested in. To say that, you know what, let me even bring you 10 boreholes. Or because I want to believe that it will also be a means of putting out some of the things that the people do not have.
Yeah.
So that it will give the investors an opportunity to look at areas in which they can invest. I think that is what he's trying to do.
Okay.
And as part of this I listened to him, I think, on Joy FM when he indicated that he was even bringing some investors to the constituency. Yeah. Ultimately, when he's able to do that, you would see that this whole festival will yield some practical results, which in the final analysis will project the constituency and it will help the constituency. He's an independent candidate. What else can he do? He doesn't belong to any political party to say that he's going to source for funds from this political party or that political party. So obviously, he is being put to test. And whether or not he'll be able to maintain the seat is dependent largely, really, on the investments that he would make in the constituency. Bear in mind that, unfortunately, the kind of political architecture we have in this country does not allow for people to speak the truth. So oftentimes, people will come and say all manner of things that they know they cannot fulfill. And so, when they are given the opportunity, now they are in the middle of the ocean. The waves are crashing them. How do they swim ashore? That's fundamentally, that is what the issues are. So, in the final analysis, development and investment are what they need to ensure that the constituency is better off.
Great. And so, please, that's what we're all saying. We're all going to make our way to Gomwa Central, and I'm taking all my guests over here to Gomwa Central, the 2nd to the 5th of April. I want to see Honorable dancing. And, no, Honorable, I won't take him to Jatown. No, yeah, I'll take you to Palm Village.
He's a Palm Wine man.
Honorable goes down. Well, we will not see him again. We'll take you to Palm Village. Anyway, let me go through the front page of the newspaper. Saka Sali has also joined us this morning as well. I'll do the newspapers. I'll take his comment, and he will probably be the one that will start for me on the issues that we're looking at this morning. Our very first issue we're taking a look at with fuel prices. The minority is demanding that the one city levy that is put on the fuel be removed because Ghanaians are suffering. We're going to be looking at that. Daily Graphic this morning says Ghana tables slavery motion at UN urges recognition of transatlantic enslavement among greatest crimes against humanity. Supplement on Eid Fitr. Government moves to establish independent emoluments commission. BOG drops policy rate to 14%. Page 13 has got a story on that. Chronicle this morning is reporting on a few issues and says GACL action against McDan spikes backlash. Franklin Kujo Sempemanche back indigenous firm, and that's the Ghana airport issue with McDan. Ghana is in a stronger position to withstand external shocks. BOG says so. That's quite a welcoming news. Government approved Damang mine sale talks for ENP in 2024. That is the Engineers and Planners official document reviews. That's the Chronicle this morning reporting on that issue. The Bible verse for this morning says Psalm 119 verse 130. The unfolding of your words gives light. It imparts understanding to the simple. That's our Bible verse for today. Overseer is here and it says BOG cuts policy rate from 15.5% to 14% to support economic recovery and report landlords who charge excessive rent advances. Muhammad tells tenants is one of the issues we're looking at. If you have any situation like that, you can send it to us on our WhatsApp. Let us know what you are paying and how many advance year or advance or months that you are paying. Let us know. Wage bill top spending strains Ghana's budget. Atu Forsen says so. Ediboa in trial, no record of 49.1 million Ghana city theft in BNC Aegis Details Court, and no NDC seat is safe in 2028. Afiomakin says so. Mahama promises major road upgrade for Bono region and is currently on tour in the Bono region inspecting some of the big push projects that are ongoing. Now the finder will be the last one, the new finder, and it says BOG cuts policy rate to 14%. Wage bill swallows 44% of government tax revenue. Financial literacy key to youth entrepreneurship success. Advocate says so. GTA CEO calls for eco-friendly, globally competitive beverage industry, and mobile money transaction hit 447 billion Ghana cedis in February 2026. Some really serious way of making money right there. But anyway, that's all the newspapers we have this morning here on the show, and so we're going to get into our major conversations. And Saka, a very good morning. How are you doing? I haven't seen you this year. Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you too. But I've been here, I think, a couple of times.
This year?
Yeah, I met you.
Oh, yeah, on the show?
Yeah, on the show.
Oh, Saka, are you kidding?
Yeah,
we're in March, oh.
Yeah, we're in March.
Oh, forgive my memory.
Yeah, I think but once, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought I'd not met you this year.
Yeah, we met.
Yeah, my memory. I'm growing old. Forgive me.
Yeah, Charlie. We are all growing old, you know.
That is good to see you, my brother.
Charlie, cool.
Awesome. Let's start off. The minority it's been on the neck of the government. Many issues, apart from even what we're dealing with. The issue of recruitment, prices, standard of living of the people, and all of that. Now you believe that we have gotten to a point where there's levy that would put up. We all know what that levy, how it came about and what it was supposed to do and all of that. But you're insisting that it's been removed from, the fuel levy, just to make sure that Ghanaians are able to have a better life with fuel prices.
Yeah, thank you very much, KMG. First of all, let me say good morning to our cherished viewers and good morning to the MPP fraternity, including our flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And good morning to my...
Oh, by the way, is he back to town? The last time we spoke to the aide, he said that we're supposed to have come back that weekend. That was, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I haven't checked.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to. Yeah, so good morning to my two colleagues. I mean, this is a brother, Kwame Owusu Danso. Yeah, KMG, first of all, I think that the minority is not unreasonably demanding over some of these things that you talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, you understand that when you are a minority and you are parliament, your oversight is to ensure that you put the government on its toes to deliver on its promises and to ensure that whatever that the government will do to ameliorate the sufferings of the people, you press it home. And if you look at the minority over this period that you talk about, I mean, take, for instance, the cocoa issue. I mean, we have seen a reset of cocoa prices, a reset downward. We have seen a reset of, electricity meters, where the meters run as fast as anything. I mean, more than Usain Bolt or Marion Jones and all that. We've seen a whole lot of things that are being perpetrated on the people, and you expect the minority to be up and doing, and they are doing exactly so. So for me, I mean, if you look at the current situation, where crude oil at the international level is running as fast as it is, because of obvious reasons. I mean, you expect the government to do as it promised, that it will cushion the plight of the people, it will ensure that the people do not suffer unduly, it will ensure that the people get value for money and all that. These were all the things that the current president promised. I mean, they use petrol as one of their campaign issues. They use all manner of things and all that. But for instance, I mean, when petrol prices were relatively down, to the extent that some people will say, under Mahama petrol is ABCD. It is down, but under Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, petrol was high. I used to tell them that under Nana Akufo-Addo, petrol had risen to about 128 per barrel at the international market, $128 per barrel at the international market. And you expect, because Ghana, we are net importer of crude. That means that we import, even though we produce crude oil, it is insufficient to cater for our demand. So the net is that we import crude into this country. Even when the crude oil price, because I was hearing some people say, once crude oil prices are up, it inured to the benefit of Ghana because we also produce. What we produce is so insignificant. It doesn't meet our demand. We produce,
and that's what the government thinks that you could have done better in your time by making sure that toll works.
No, I mean,
that they are doing
so it's not only that toll that can solve the problem. But under Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, we've seen other refinery been established in Ghana. At least we provided the enabling,
significantly contributed to us.
Yeah, we provided the enabling environment and all that. You understand? I mean, one can say it's private and all those things. And those, I'm not saying that is the only thing that can help, us to ensure we get stable export price for our people. But like I said, if you put all these things together, at the end of the day, you expect that the Ghanaian people should have, a value for money, should have relative low price of fuel. And especially, NDC has history. The history of illegally pardon the petroleum price build-up. Yeah, I mean, to the extent that a court has to outlaw it. A court has to come out and pronounce that what they were doing was illegal, and therefore they should refund the special levy that they put 1 cedi on every gallon of petrol. That was then. I remember Martin and Co. took the matter on, and they got a favorable results. And then fast forward in 2026, we've seen them again, once again. I mean, midnight when parliamentarians were going home, they called their caucus and went and sat and then approve another one. This one is even worse than the illegal one that they put on Ghanaians, to the extent that the court has to wade in. This one, every liter of petrol that you buy, the NDC government says that you have to contribute 1 Ghana cedis. So if you buy 1 gallon, you are contributing close to 5 cedis. If you buy 2 gallons, you are giving the NDC government 10 Ghana cedis. Imagine, I mean, the number of the amount of contribution everybody makes every day towards the price, petroleum price.
So you still insist that they
so I'm saying, now that the price at the world market is going up, it means that it will have a concomitant effect on the export price. So the export price definitely will have to, also move up. And what do you do to ensure that you cushion the ordinary Ghanaian?
Remove the 1 cedi levy.
Apart from even removing the 1 cedi levy, there are some of the build-ups, the taxes that should also be looked at. So after the 1 cedi is not negotiable. That 1 cedi that they put on every liter must go, and it should go with the fast of the speed of light. They don't need anybody to convince them that it must go. And especially the purpose for which they brought it. They said that, it's for Dumso, is to stabilize the Dumso situation and all that. I don't know whether the MPP left Dumso for them. When the MPP was going, the electricity was stable. Very, very stable. Now they came, they flattered with it. I mean, they did all manner of things, and then they couldn't get fuel and all those things. And then they said that we are in Dumso. Now we are paying the 1 cedi, and you almost every day, invariably, in our various homes, you see lights going off, and it goes off recklessly, and then the people are still taking that 1 cedi. Now the world market is price is so high, and what else would any government worth its salt expected to do? It's to remove that 1 cedi, and even go further to ensure that other levies are removed, so that we can have a stable price for, because look, there are so many, the same people are telling us that, inflation is down. So if inflation is down, why should prices of other goods and services be going up? Okay. You tell us that because inflation is down, there are certain factors that contribute to the hike in prices of fuel. And one has to do with even the exchange rate. You told us that the exchange rate is stable. So why would we have to go and pay more? If the exchange rate is stable, if there is a stable inflation to the extent that it is really single digit, if all the other factors are positive, why should we as Ghanaians, burden the citizens with an untold prices that are even breaking the roof?
Okay, hold your thought for me. I'll come back to you again. Let me get the thought of Honorable, and then I'll let Kwame.
Thank you very much.
Plus, Kwame is an independent candidate.
Yes. First, let me greet our national executives. Many times we come here, we don't greet them, and I greet the national chairman, the secretary, Fifi Kweti, and the rest for the very good job they are doing. The party is now stable, and I think there's that kind of collaboration between the party and the government, and it's helping the smooth running of the country. So I dump my heart for them, and I encourage them to continue that way. Sometimes when my brothers speak like this, you don't know where to start. then you try to shift the main topic to just.
You think he did politics?
Oh no, too bad. I believe his submission was too bad. I never expected that from my very good friend, a gentleman. You see, he went ahead to talk about the hardships in the country, the high cost of fuel, and all sort of things. And I don't know whether my good friend is my very good friend is in the country here. Whether he's living in the country.
Yes. Is that not the topic?
As a high cost of people are suffering. People are suffering.
So he addressed the issue and also went on to let.
Yes, he tries to. He tries to divert it, and I think see, he's saying that there was no higher prices for fuel. There was no doom so before they left. I mean, let me refresh his memory. Has he forgotten about Napo's assertion that if you like a timetable, go and prepare your own?
Yes, because at the time they said they were not tagging it as doom, so they thought it was just the lights.
The lights going off. No, but we are all witnesses. We are all witnesses.
Timetable.
My brother, we are witnesses. We are witnesses. I mean, the doomsday was real, and that's what culminated in the people just asking for timetable. Yes, it is not like now. Now, I believe, as an engineer, I know that sometimes there are intermittent breaks in the supply of electricity. But that is not like the main shutdown of the plant. This one is the area disruptions, and I believe the general inefficiencies in our system. Yes, people are inefficient at their jobs. Sometimes this thing. You have a transformer going off, you have some overload. That is what is happening now. It's not like their time when there was a shortage of power because they couldn't pay. And that has resulted in this. I mean, he never explained why the 1 cedi levy was introduced. I mean, they left this huge debt. That was why the lights were going off. They could not pay. And so we had to issue this 1 cedi. Levy to mitigate the effects of the power cutoff, and that was the legacy debt. We had to use that money to clear off the legacy debt. Now, as at now, we have paid about $1.4 billion, which you left.
You said legacy.
Yes, if you left,
it was not.
It was your time. It was your time. So how are you going to pay? You left this 1.47, which we have paid.
How much did we leave?
Yes, and now 597 of the World Bank partial and risk guarantee, which has also been cleared. Yes. So if we had not done that, how are you going to have your power to continue? So, my brother, if we are talking, and when this 1 cedi levy was being brought to Parliament, you vacated the House. You never sat there. Yes, when the Energy Sector Levy Amendment Act was being promulgated, you left. Meaning that it was not called for. It was not necessary at all.
But that is very usual of Parliament.
No, it was midnight robbery.
Yeah, but if you have accumulated such debt and somebody wants to clear, and for that matter, there was light intermittent power shut off, and we are trying to pay, you must even help to make sure that one is cleared, and that one is cleared. And he's talking about fuel prices. I don't know whether my very good friend was in this country when fuel prices ran up to $17, 17 cedis. Did he complain about that? And now, even with the crisis in the Middle East, where the Strait of Hormuz had been closed by Iran, I mean, now I think I saw the pump where this thing was 12.4. 12.4, which is still manageable. If you compare that with what we experienced.
Diesel is 15, right?
I'm talking about petrol. Yeah. I'm talking about petrol. Diesel is 15, yes. So if you compare with what we were experiencing during their time, it is just manageable for the time being. And I believe I'm very happy that the governor has come out to say that the economy is resilient enough to withstand external shock. I think yesterday or so, I saw a comment from him, which he said we must expect that. I didn't like it. Because you should give
the president.
The governor of the Bank of
the Bank of
yes.
Yeah.
Now I think he has come back to say that we have the strength to withstand the external shocks. That is good. As a governor, whatever you say will have effects on the economy. So I think he has given us this position, and I believe that is what we must do. Not every time if there is something happening somewhere, then we just leave ourselves. Oh, it's not our fault. Oh, it's because of what is coming there. I argue that if it is so, then I can also be in that position. I'm not an economist. So I'm very happy that he has come out to say that we have enough mechanism to withstand the shock. And I believe that we can do so by prudent management and all that. Now, gold price is also going up, isn't it? Gold price is going up. And as my brother was asserting also, we have crude, and the crude price is also going up. So we are also going to have some shortfall there, a windfall from there. So I think with prudent management, they can balance the acts and make sure that fuel prices are manageable. They will go up, the price will go up, but still it should not be on the roof like what they experienced and left themselves when you create.
So you're confident that no matter how long this issue drags,
I'm very confident.
Yes,
I'm very confident that yes,
it won't affect the Ghanaian.
With prudent management, like we are hearing from the governor now, that's what I expect the governor to say, to speak. That this thing is resilient enough to withstand these ones. Yes, and I believe that if they put down good measures, we are not going to feel the effect very bad because gold prices are going up, and we have oil also, and the windfall there can be used to give some buffer to the people. So I believe that there's no cause for alarm.
So we still maintain the 1 cedi levy.
I believe so. I believe so because if you talk about the 1 cedi, how much was fuel before? And so even after putting the 1 cedi, that they complained because the dollar was low, and so fuel price had dropped. So if the government in their wisdom put 1 cedi to make sure that they clear this legacy debt, I mean, it was over. The ordinary person, if he's going to buy fuel, me, if I'm going to buy fuel, I don't ask of the taxes there. No. All you know is that fuel prices have dropped. I was buying fuel at 10.5 or something, a cedi, and now it's 12. Yes, acceptable. But if you say that because of the 1 cedi, but if we were selling at 17 and now somebody has put 1 cedi and it's being sold at 12.4, I mean, I don't see why you complain about that 1 cedi. But I think at the appropriate time, if maybe it goes off roof, then maybe the government will take a look. But I believe that if with prudent management, we shouldn't have any problems at all. And that what is most important is to make sure that the lights are on all the time. But I'll also urge the government to tackle these local engineers and the managers. Yes, they should tackle it because, like he's saying, sometimes you have these lights off in the areas. It's not general. We must take note of that. It's not general. So it means people managing the electricity at the various points are not very efficient. Yes, and for me, I think that is good enough.
Okay.
Because you go to other places, other jurisdictions, there's no light off. And where I worked, like I always use my personal example, on the ship, as an engineer, my duty was to make sure that lights are on 24 hours. If it goes off about 5 minutes, the next port, your ticket will be there. You fly home. You can't argue that, a machine there, no, or the ship, you don't agree. You don't agree. Because there should be plant maintenance. Plant maintenance, you have your 3 generators, you make sure that one is always running to supply the power to the ship. If you plan this one is on standby, maintained and standing by, if there's any problem with it, automatically it will shut off. That one will run. It will take over the load before this one goes off. Then this one run. Meanwhile, we are maintaining that one. If this one is going off, the third one will go off. And after that, you have the standby generator that we call the emergency, which will supply power to the vital equipment to make sure that you don't go aground. And if that one fails completely, you have the battery backup to make sure that at least light will be on. So if you're an engineer and you stay there for all these things to break down, and you say, my machine, they're in the bed. No. You have to go home. Then you are being paid for nothing. And that's what I believe that the government should make sure that these people put in place, because the government has done its part by making sure that the main supply is now okay, because we have cleared all the debts. Okay, now what is left is the localized areas, which is not the fault of the government, but you must make sure those you have put in place. If you put a managing director there, I hope you follow the argument I'm making. You have put a managing director in place. You give this thing that, well, these things are happening at various areas. I have supplied the power. You don't have problem with that. Enough power is there because I've paid all the legacy debt. But I'm experiencing, people are experiencing localized blackouts. I'm giving you 2 months. If I get any light off in any place, you are going. And then he also will tell the localized engineers and those in charge, also, if I see anything going here, you also will go. That's what we do on the ship. Because if me as a chief engineer, if there's light off and I'll go home, then I'll make sure that you, the third engineer or second engineer, in charge of the machine. If you default on the maintenance, because it's planned, computerized, every day you have to know what you have to do on them. If you fail, I'll make sure that I dismiss you before it comes to me. Yes, so that's what we must do.
Okay.
And make sure that this will not have the chance. Where there was a total area going off power. That is from the machine.
Very well.
The supply was not enough. Okay. That is what the Paul was saying, that if you want timetable, go and prepare yours. And that is different.
I'll get back to you again. But if you just join us here on the show, this is News Flash. It's proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. So, folks, Papa Path here. You can send us your messages on WhatsApp and on Facebook. I'll be reading some of the messages that you sent to us. Let me go to Kwame now. Kwame.
Yes, sir. One of the key sectors for me that we shouldn't politicize would be energy, would be health, and some other very important heartbeats of our nation's economy. And so I find it quite displeasing when conversations are had relative to the energy sector and we seek to politicize it. Undeniably, the relevance of petroleum products cannot be oversimplified. Everything that we do in this country centers around fuel. And so the prices of goods and services on our markets would largely be dependent on how much fare the market woman would pay in order that they can bring goods from Akumadan to the Greater Central District for the purposes of business. So the importance of fuel cannot be overstated at all. I mean, cannot also be oversimplified. It's important. Now, before 2024 elections, there were conversations about price hikes, particularly in petroleum products. And indeed, we had experienced that over a period. I think at one point we had seen prices of fuel increase multiple times, many times. Of course, the reasoning behind the decision to increase are multifaceted, so you can look at it from external factors or external shocks, and also internal fiscal decisions. So clearly, yes, those may have determined the price increment and all of that, but it's also quite clear that the decision to increase or not is largely a government decision, it's policy. But the MPP decided that as part of government's policy, as part of ensuring some sustainability in relation to our energy sector, they needed to increase the prices of fuel. And I think around 2024, it went to between 14 Ghana cedis to 15 Ghana cedis to 16 Ghana cedis thereabout. And all of us were up in arms. We were not happy about it. Now, it is very instructive to note that before the MPP left office, and I think this has been admitted across the board, that there were some outstanding debts which were not paid. And therefore, government needed to address those challenges. If you recall, there was a government policy to introduce an act, ostensibly to deal with some of the legacy debts that we have, and that was what we call ESLA. So ESLA was introduced in 2015, Act came into force in 2015, implementation started. When MPP took over, they collateralized ESLA. And I think that they extended even the clarification to about 2035. So clearly right now, even the Energy Sector Act that was introduced for the purposes of ensuring that we could raise some money to offset some of the legacy debt that we have is no longer in existence. So then how could this government now begin to address the very teething challenge of dealing with energy sector debt? Now, that is what gave birth to the introduction of the One Ghana Cedi levy. And I think that if you read all the portals, there was no pushback from Ghanaians because Ghanaians understood where we were. Ghanaians understood the fact that the economy was so mismanaged to the point where we just needed to have some contingency plan. We just needed to be creative. We just needed to design policies that will take us out of the doldrums in which we were. And that is why we didn't face any pushback. Imagine that One Ghana Cedi was introduced and no Ghanaian complained about it. It means that we understood the problem. It means that we voted for a new government to address those fundamental issues confronting the economy. Simplicity. And that is why the One Ghana Cedi was introduced. Now, KMJ, let me ask you a very simple question. If you you've been asked to pay One Ghana Cedi, and you see what that One Ghana Cedi is doing, would you continue to pay?
Yeah.
That you see.
If I'm seeing the result.
You are seeing the result. You see that One Ghana Cedi was introduced for the purposes of offsetting some debts that we have. And indeed, there's evidence to suggest that we have paid over 1.5 billion out of the One Ghana Cedi that we are paying to offset some of the debts that we have in relation.
That's progressive.
That's progressive. You will be happy. And that is why till today, it is only the minority that is seeking to benefit from some of these arguments that they are making, because really and truly, nobody is complaining. Nobody is complaining.
Even now?
No, who is complaining? With Ghanaian,
so it looks as though it's the minority that is
absolutely. You see, so the
Ghanaians are okay
minority is trying
the
to
fuel prices.
When we were younger, we had something. You are forcing there to be there when there is not there. You are just forcing something to exist. You see, there's a theorist who has a very wonderful quote that I like. He said, "You do not know what you do not know." The minority doesn't know how to bounce back to win back the confidence of the Ghanaian people. So they are trying all manner of things. They are behaving. They are using what we call the octopus principle. So if this one doesn't work, let's try and look at this one. If this one doesn't work, let's try and look at this one. If this one doesn't work, let's try. That's what's happening. Because I don't see anything wrong with the introduction of the One Ghana. In fact, did you even feel it when you were paid? Did you even remember that you were paid on One Ghana?
Yes, but maybe that person will feel it now that the lights seem to be going on and off.
No.
So if it's supposed to cushion so that I don't have blackouts, and I'm seeing the lights out because you said you're going to use that to pay for the debt.
No, but KMJ, is government not paying?
Yes. But are we not experiencing?
That's what I'm explaining. That's what I explained.
Yes, I get the explanation.
But ECG always comes out with reasons really as to why sometimes.
Yes. As for that, you want to give that to them.
So clearly, there's communication, and it is important that communication is effective.
Yeah.
So once you communicate, you know that the burden now shifts from government to ECG, which is a state-owned enterprise that is mandated to regulate the distribution of power. And so if something is not happening, why do we say that it is the president or it is... Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is why the explanation is good. And all the time they do that. I'm simply saying that are we not benefiting from the One Ghana Cedi that we are paying? We are. So what is the fuss about wanting to create some extreme situation to create the impression that government is not functioning properly? I think that we have to state that. Now, I just wanted to make a quick point and to say that undoubtedly, Saka is wrong. And I think I heard my very good friend Collins Adumako when he makes the point that Ghanaians are facing hardships. I don't really see. I don't see the correlation. Yes, indeed. You see, when there is change of power, and so for instance, KMJ,
Yeah.
I give you a dilapidated home to occupy. And you go into the house and you notice that the roofing is leaking. You notice that the sewage is not properly, done. You notice that the tiles are removing. What would you do? Wouldn't you fix it first before you move in? So the economy that was inherited by this administration was dilapidated. See it as the old dilapidated house.
And the NPP argument is that you knew it because you had a transition committee that was sat on
That is why
you were aware even before you got into office officially.
Yes. So that is why.
If you know and you said you could still do it, why are you not complaining?
That is why they are doing it. You see, it is a difference in approach. You think you could have done it differently, but Ghanaians do not appreciate your way of handling things. That is why they voted for the NDC. The NDC is handling it differently, which is yielding some positive results for the benefit of the Ghanaian people. So allow the NDC to operate, allow the NDC to use their policy prescriptions to address the challenges that the people are facing. Simplicity. I can agree that as a minority, your duty will be to responsibly criticize. But you do not criticize when there is nothing to criticize. When you just want to create, an impression that government is not performing, when indeed government is struggling to get the Ghanaian people out of the woods. That's the woods that you took us there, took us into. So clearly, something is happening. It is only somebody who is wisdom deficient who would say that they are not seeing what is happening. Something is happening. And it is only somebody who is intellectually bankrupt who would create the impression that the government is not trying to ameliorate the challenges that we are faced with. Indeed, the MPP is still dazed, and I can understand why. Anybody who faces change, anybody who faces a new situation will not immediately adapt. There's a Kubler principle in change management which says that the first point of change is denial. You deny, then you get angry. Then you get to a point where you have to bargain. Then you get to a point where you have to accept.
That's the process.
There's a process. So they are in a state of denial. They are in a state of denial. They did not expect to lose so monumentally. They did not expect that they were going to be booted out of office. They did not make adjustments for that decision. And so, as we speak today, they are in a state of denial. They are angry. You look at them. You look at Saka. Saka he's angry. He vexed. But they will get to a point in the dip.
There will not be no choice.
They will get to so they are in the process of bargaining. You see, they are bargaining. They are looking at all these things. Then finally, they will have to accept that indeed we lost, and then they will be able to make progress. So I can understand the confusion that has filled their fraternity. I can understand it. But one thing that I want to point out to them is that in criticizing this administration, you need to criticize with data. You need to criticize with facts. If the NDC does things which are contrary to the promises that they made to the good people of Ghana, I, Kwame Owusu Danso, and I'm sure Honorable himself, will come and criticize the NDC for failing to address the things that they said we're going to address. In the final analysis, all of us, as Ghanaians, we see, and you see, in concluding, let MPP not lose sight of the fact that the Ghanaian of 1992, the Ghanaian of 1996, the Ghanaian of 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024 and 2026, that Ghanaian has evolved. That Ghanaian who did not understand politics, that Ghanaian who did not understand the nitty-gritties of politics, that Ghanaian who only voted by reason of the handsomeness or the ugliness of a political leader, that Ghanaian who voted by reason of their blood relations, that Ghanaian who voted because my grandfather is MPP and my grandfather is NDC, that Ghanaian no longer exists. Now you have a new Ghanaian who will interrogate policies, a new Ghanaian who will subject your manifesto to straight proof a new Ghanaian who will put your manifesto under the microscope and interrogate, dissect it, and come to the conclusion comfortably that this is the political party I'm going to vote for. Haven't you noticed that looking at the NDC must be, if they are not aware, have been very surprised. Because you see, if you look at these two political parties, NPP at best would have 1 million members. NDC at best would have 1 million members. But when we go to the polls and we vote, they get sometimes 7 million. They get sometimes 8 million. So the numbers that would add up to their 1 million for them to get 7 million, where do those numbers come from? These are you and I. People who would decide at the polls, when they get there, they will just be thinking, why in the queue? They want to go and vote for MPP. But they will be there. I said, no, Ken Ofori-Atta took some money. I've changed my mind. I'm not voting for MPP again. You see, that is the new Ghanaian. And until political parties come to terms with that reality, they will forever remain where they are.
Okay.
Which is why I'm saying that the conversation about fuel, the conversation about the economy, the conversation about the forward march of this country is a matter of policy. And once that policy finds expression in the well-being of the good people of this country, I think that the best judges will be the Ghanaian people and not the political party called MPP.
Okay. Saka, a quick one, and then let's move on to the rent issue.
No problem. It will be quick. I mean, as quick as 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm scandalized by some of the things I'm hearing here. Very much scandalized. It's as if once you see anything wrong with the government, it means that you are intellectually bankrupt.
I didn't say that.
That's what you said.
I didn't say that.
He said it's only somebody with intellectual bankruptcy who
deliberate.
I mean, no,
who would deliberately.
So you are saying
force something to be there which is not there.
I don't blame you. Because after all, that's the thinking of the NDC itself. I remember when the NDCs came, the youth, this security,
the recruitment.
You need to correct him on that.
Please.
No, you need to let him in fact. How do you use stamp?
I will never.
No, I'm serious.
Please.
I'm serious.
No, I'm not saying you are not saying.
He's proving that.
That's what I want to hear. No, listen.
No,
the chairman of the NDC came out to say that.
Hold on.
After all, all the 500,000 people are thieves. Because if you employ all of them, which chief would go and arrest again? So it means that they are.
That's not what he said.
It's sort of sympathetic. Please.
That was not the contest.
What the contest?
No, he said
figuratively.
I'm giving you.
He didn't say everyone else who is not employed.
That's intellectual dishonesty. Using his intelligence.
I'm coming.
Yes.
What he said was, if they take all the 500,000 people, who else would they go and arrest?
Exactly, but that.
No, listen. Please.
500,000 policemen.
You see, the police arrest thieves, don't they? They arrest criminals. They arrest murderers. They arrest all manner of people whose behavior doesn't match with society. So you are saying that if they go and employ all these guys, who else would they go and arrest? So you are even insulting them.
No.
Please. That is the interpretation, whether you like it or not. Secondly, I'm hearing my brother saying that, the government increased prices of fuel. I mean, we all know that we are in the deregulatory regime that was introduced in 2015. And it's done every 2 weeks.
Depend on the dollar also.
Please. It's done every 2 weeks.
The dollar.
Why are you talking like that?
What?
And these are the people that say that they are intellectually, high over there. Nobody is saying that the dollar is one.
The dollar also.
Please.
So
we are talking about deregulation. You say it is the dollar. What is that? What sort of argument is this?
If you are not able to.
What argument is this? Please keep quiet. Let me talk.
Okay.
Go ahaid.
I'm saying that when we talk about deregulation, it's not just. It's please. Please. I haven't even started responding to some of the things that you say. I'm even yet to even start the response.
To be doing.
That's
the point.
Yeah, two people, and then you see, I'm saying when we talk about deregulation, we're not just saying that the dollar. What do you mean by it depends on the dollar? The deregulation, there are so many factors that are taken into consideration when the committee meets. And one of the factors is dollar. One of the factors has to do with inflation. There are so many factors. And then they meet and then they come out with. So it is not the government of Ghana, like you want us to believe that the NPP government increased those things. So, I mean, those with the intellectual acumen, they should have known this. They should have known this.
Saka.
No, they should have known this. And you see, you come to see, you see, there's this fact.
Yeah.
All across the table, everything is about the 1 Ghana cities, the 1 Ghana cities. Do you go to the pump to buy 1 liter of fuel? So it is not 1 Ghana city.
Accumulatively, you are.
One can conveniently even say that. Yeah, at least.
One time.
At least, you see. Please.
Levy as part of
Oh, please. You are not getting the point I'm making. You are not getting the point I'm making. It's not about the levies. It's not about whatever, because if you look at if you look at the price build up, like I'm saying, even if you remove this 1 Ghana or 5 Ghana cities that they put in, depending on whether you are buying a liter or you are buying a gallon, nobody even go there to even buy 1 gallon. So I'm saying that the price build up, if you look at the price build up, there's so many. It's not about once upon a time there was some other. No, they are still there. And the government today can conveniently remove all those things, and Ghanaians will be okay. No, you talk about there's nothing and then we want to create something there. How? So I can understand that you are enjoying today, and then you feel that.
Who is enjoying today?
I mean, by this, you understand. He said that I'm angry.
He's not in government.
I'm angry because we lost power, and then we create the impression that things are hard. Go and tell the cocoa farmer that things are okay for him.
We are not talking about.
And then you even said that listen. No. It has to be overflowed because if you were. Can you let me talk? It has to be overflowed because. If no, I cannot land now. If you were listen. Oh, the people are interjecting.
Your 5 minutes.
See the people now control. They are interjecting, and then instead of you to tell them to keep quiet.
Let us go.
Instead of you to tell them to keep quiet.
But that's one of the good things I like about you. You said everything, you were quiet.
Yeah. I was quiet. I was very quiet. Waiting for because I knew to give me the opportunity to rebut.
Okay, I'm quiet.
So if you were a cocoa farmer, you would have come to the
honorable. Let him.
You think the cocoa farmer is not a human being or what? Anytime we want to talk about cocoa, they say, oh no. So
because
they should suffer in silence. No, listen. I mean, when they were talking, they said that no. I mean, he even said that if the NDC, if anybody is able to prove that the NDC do not live up to their promises, Kwame Owusu Danso would support them and all those things. The NDC promised to give the cocoa farmers 6,000. Today, 6,000. Today is 2,500.
Is that what we are talking about?
No, listen. And then you are quiet about it. You are happy about it. And you think the cocoa farmer should go to hell. And apart from that, you see, your meter. 30%.
Who introduced that meter? Who brought that meter?
I am saying that meter has been reset.
What are you talking about?
They said that they are coming to do reset. They are resetting our meters. I'm telling you, they have reset the meter to the extent that now when you buy, you can buy 1,000 for even 3 days. And then you come and sit here and say that people, it's okay. I mean, nobody should talk. You even talk about this debt matter. Legacy debt. When even you yourself, when you mention, as the name suggests, when you say legacy debt, it means that the debt existed long even before the current government. And then I'm saying that debt existed before the NPP government came. And then we use other means to ensure that the Ghanaian was not overburdened before we paid those debts. Now you came and said that Ghanaians
let me do some messages.
Just like the NDC use the road fund.
Time is up. Let me do some messages. When we come back,
the point
you have made that point. You have made all the points. You don't want to talk about the rent issue.
No, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but that's why your point is well made now. But
we
have some progress.
The 5 stages of defeat.
Where's the same?
Now he's at the last 2 stages, depression, before he comes out.
How do you think
No, you can laugh at Ghanaians. You can laugh at Ghanaians like me.
Good morning, brother. I do not think Saka, and Saka, this is for you. I do not listen. I do not think Saka and the rest of the MPP communications listen to themselves when they speak. The price of cocoa has reduced drastically in the world market, so the government should top up for the cocoa farmers, according to Saka and his nagging People's Party. I feel sad when I hear young men in the MPP who don't have Mother Ghana at heart, but only their political party making business submission just to please their political party. How can the government buy cocoa at the high price and sell it at low price? How? No amount of propaganda by the MPP will bring down the government of President John Dramani Mahama. Inshallah, God bless our homeland Ghana. Long live President John Dramani Mahama. This one says, tell Mr. Kwame Danso and the NDC man to come to my constituency, Senate West, which is the seat of the NDC, with their songs and see what will happen, because everything is not working. They should sit in Accra there with their lies and joking that the government is doing well. We sold our color TV for black and white. Nana Yao from Kwame Danso. Okay. Is that where it's from? Some people are cheating. It says that this one Ghana tax on fuel is a calculated attempt to steal from the good people of Ghana and robbing Peter to pay Paul. And did I hear from the propagandist of NDC saying that the fuel price hikes because of the Iran-US fight? What has changed today? Is it not President Mahama who told us that Ukraine and Russia are far away from Ghana and there is nothing to affect Ghana's economy? No wonder all their words are hunting vigorously. Now, KMJ, Kwame Owusu Danso's wife is the spokesperson for the current vice president, plus NDC rep. So, what do you expect from them? Your guests are as good. Your guess is as good as mine. Regards to Mr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Someone said Sakoli. Okay, let me go on. This one, it says, "Good morning, KMJ. Tell Saka that the voter today isn't that of yesterday. The NPP communicators do propaganda with everything, even if the thing is good, and this is insulting to the sensibilities of Ghanaians. Ghanaians know what is good for us." And as well as good morning. I also enjoy your program. I always enjoy your program, but this morning I'm totally scandalized by bringing in Saka Salia to your program. When did you start inviting him to? Oh, please, don't do that. Saka has played a very Saka has played a very important role in what we do over here, and he's also one of the people that speak for Ghanaians. So you can't say that, please. Saka, you do all okay. This game, the other panel members should stop heckling him. Yes, I agree. The two of you stop. We want to hear the facts and figures. The D Levy has elapsed its usefulness. President Mahama should remove it as soon as possible. When inflation was around 54% and started dropping under the NPP administration, the NDC said it doesn't matter that the inflation coming down. They said inflation is the pocket of the people. Today, the same people don't want to agree that the inflation, it doesn't reflect in the pockets of the people. Double standards and hypocrisy. The facts still remain that regardless of low inflation, the Ghanaian is worse off today than before. Master planner in Kentampo sent in that one. Let me go to this one from Eunice from Ascent South, and it says, "Good morning, KMJ. In all of this, the NDC government, led by John Dramani Mahama, Professor Jane Opoku Ajiman, Forsen, has performed far better on major economic indicators, reduced inflation, well-managed exchange rates, improved banking rates, etc. The NPP is simply dazed in how the government has performed in just a little over a year in office, so I can understand their difficulties in accepting the reality happening now." And that's Eunice from Ascent South. Let me go to this one, and it says, "Good morning, Joy Prime. Please, your panel constituted in your channel is a big challenge. 1 against 2 or 3 is not democratic. Kwame Danso is disaster in the presentation. Negative propaganda against NPP is whitewashed. Why do you all think so? He's an independent man over here. The minorities called for the removal of the 1 cedi fuel levy as reeks of selective amnesia and political opportunism. Under the ex-Wala administration of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, fuel prices skyrocketed to nearly 17 Ghana cedis per litre, yet Ghanaians were still burdened with layers of nuisance taxes at the pump. They cannot preside over hardship, pile taxes on struggling citizens, and now pretend to be champions of relief. This is not advocacy, it is outright hypocrisy. Daniel Apaliok from Sandema. Hey, I haven't read from you for in a while, Daniel. Good to read from you now. Good morning, KMJ. Truth be told, the NPP has made politics in this country increasingly unattractive. They are quick to politicize almost every decision taken by John Dramani Mahama, even when those decisions clearly benefit ordinary citizens. At one point, they complained that many young people were not given the opportunity to be recruited into the security services. Fast forward, when the president directed the ministries of finance and interior to increase the recruitment quota, the same NPP turned around to criticize him, accusing him of undermining the security system. Similarly, they were very vocal in calling on the government to reduce tariffs. Yet when the government responded by doing exactly that, they still found reasons to protest. One is left wondering, what exactly does the NPP want? It is quite disappointing that a party once associated with respected figures like Nana Onyene Nto and DJ Daroja now appears to be dominated by voices such as Bernard Enchubo Siako and Kwame Bafo. Abba Haruna in Kumawuzongo sent it that maybe I'll do the last one and then we'll move on. This one says, hello, good morning, Kemja. I'm watching you from Senegal, Casamance, Lincoln, and my name is John Ato Hassan. Can you let us allow NPP to dance? Just that they are not serious. They are people to them serious, shameless NPP. Okay, it's so we should allow you to dance. When they dance, would that bring us the results? By the way, anyway, thanks and good to know that you're doing watching from Senegal. See, okay, so let me be honest with you. We have only 10 minutes.
10 minutes
on
the
show. But you know something.
So you should decide what you want to. Well, I'm even told that we don't have it.
3 minutes.
So it means that we can't do the rent issue.
No, so hold on.
Let's do our wrap up.
Let me. But it's
so it's wrapping now.
Yes, it's wrapping up.
3 minutes.
It is important to speak about the rent matter. It is something that I started. It's a fight that I started. I want a policy shift. You know, we have to look at a new policy paradigm because it is not funny. Young people are really struggling. I have extensively done research into that. I have written articles on that. I listened to the president speak on this matter. And even though in part I kind of agree with him, I did not agree with him entirely because he admits that there's a systemic challenge, but then fails to offer practical solution. He simply says that, but we have rent court. The landlords and the tenants ought to use it. That if you're a tenant and the landlord is charging you 1 to 2 years rent advance, etc., you need to report them. That is not, in my respectful opinion, enough. There must be a policy shift. I'm saying that if you look at the deficit, you see, and there are multiplicity of factors which has led to this. We have influx of Nigerians into this country, and they started this whole hike in rent. The hikes in price of rent. Even in my area where I live, I used to live in Kwabenya. It got to a time I couldn't pay because the Nigerian man will bring more money and then the Ghanaian would not be able to match up. They will give their property to the Nigerian man and then the Ghanaian man will not get a place to rent. I'm saying that we need to regulate it.
Okay.
We need to formalize it. I have called Ken Ejay, who is the Minister for Works and Housing. I have a policy document that will help fundamentally look at the issue and address it. I have been reaching out to him, calling him. Ken is still not responding to me. I am saying that we need to have a rental zonal system. If Saka builds his home and he wants to rent it out, he must register with rent control, or he must register with a platform, a portal that is designed by the ministry. So that when you put your house there and I need house to rent, I just simply go onto the portal and go and click. If I live in Ashoman Estate, maybe zone A, category A, B, C, D. So depending on the amount of money you have, you click on your category, you go and you pay. Simple.
And it comes with how many months or years.
Absolutely.
So you make a decision.
You make a decision. If you want to live in an area where you want to pay $1,000, that's your business. But equally, we should be able to have areas where you pay 50 Ghana cedis, 200 Ghana cedis. The reason is that everybody who lives, so for instance, right now in Ashoman Estate, now a lot of people are moving there. So now rent has skyrocketed. The price it has
That's
gone
another
up
problem
through the roof.
Yeah.
You know why? But and what even upsets me is that a house that was built about 20 years ago, because now it is within the enclave of Ashoman Estate, they are charging the same as the house that was built last year. Why? Why are we doing this to our young people? That somebody graduates from the university, the person does not even have any job. You have posted the person to Accra to come and do his national service. You have not provided accommodation for the person. The person now has to go and look for accommodation and pay 1,500 Ghana cedi for single room. Why are we doing this to the young people?
Okay.
This is an existential threat. This is a national security threat. And government ought to be interested. The way we treat these matters, the matters of the youth, is upsetting. We fleetingly. The president just said it in passing. What is this? We have to be intentional.
Would advance this conversation.
The problem confronting us is leadership. You know, we all know the problems of rent in this country. You hear the president treat it with laissez-faire attitude. Look, we can confront this holistically and get solution. And then apart from even leadership, the fact that leadership is not holding the bull by the horn, it also has to do with the population itself. People build, they rent, they don't even pay taxes. Exactly. Because nobody even knows who is renting the house and who is not renting. Then the people are being shortchanged. Government is being shortchanged. Then the government itself, that should take the matter up. It's just saying that, if you go and report. I mean, what is that? When the laws are clear, Act 220, it's clear that you cannot take more than 6 months.
On this matter, I disagree with the president.
You cannot take more than 6 months. Then people are taking more than 6 months because the tenant, in his frustration,
have no choice.
Doesn't want to, lose the opportunity to stay in the place. So he just has to succumb to whatever pressure or whatever that the landlord is doing. We should have a situation where people who are caught in that situation are punished. We should legislate it. Yes. That people who have charged more than 6 months, even not even charging more than 6 months, even if you don't even charge the appropriate rate, you should go to prison for that. You see, we don't pay taxes. We don't do anything. People just build, rent it, and that is that. And like he said, I mean, we have youth who are starting life. Yeah, they go into certain areas that they cannot even get money to pay. Now we are competing globally. I mean, people, like he said, we have foreigners all over. These people come with a load of money through either fraud or something. They are able to pay and out muzzle the Ghanaian from the system. And then we think that the person who is taking something from the national service allowance should compete with somebody who has defrauded and ran to Ghana to stay, who doesn't even have work permit and all those things. I think that the problem that confronts us has to do with leadership. Okay. Because we all can attest to the fact that there's a problem of this nature that is going on. But what is the solution that the government of Ghana is preferring? I think that they are bereft of ideas. The only thing is that let's rely on the moral situation of the Ghanaian to go and report.
You 2 or 3 minutes is up. But you've made a very significant point with that. Maybe I'll be bereft anyway in the corner.
Oh, no.
I wonder when my brother was in this country, when Sagleme was left to follow.
No, but was
I stopped him from
the people who built Saglema should go to prison.
Let's find solution.
That's one of the
people should go to prison.
No, that's one of the solutions.
Yes.
Oh, the solution.
But let's not politicize that.
What? No, I'm not politicizing. Whether somebody had chopped money or not, that person should be held responsible.
But you have the capacity to do that. Have you done it?
The problem was not
come and give them knowledge.
The problem was not the housing. The houses were there. So that person, remember, that person can go to jail, but the houses should not suffer. But this is a case where they left the houses to follow. So what are you talking about? That there should be policy?
Because the matter was in court.
Power now. You are aware
the matter was in court and therefore cannot concurrently go.
Why is the government not taking that up?
Well, I think...
No, they allowed
you people are heckling me. You people are heckling me.
You gave them knowledge prosecute.
They gave the houses also knowledge.
I'm saying that the Saglema...
I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the houses. You left the houses for the 8 years to completely go...
The matter was in court and therefore you cannot concurrently continue building.
Why should you continue the court where those things are being destroyed?
Because so
where was your interest? So let me see. I think the president said this, but he himself also said something. He said the people should go to the courts, for the court to adjudicate. But at the same time, he also said that because of the lack of houses, isn't it? We are in deficit. So he answered it. So what are we going to do to make sure that the demand equals the supply? Because this one is demand and supply. If somebody builds a house and so many people go in after it, he's going to milk the cow. So I think that one we must all understand. But me, I will say that the solution, you see, if you look at the Forsen, it says wage bill top spending, 44% of our earnings goes to employment to the salaries to the workers. So the main thing is that we should find a way to create jobs.
Okay.
The lack of jobs in the country is culminating in all these things. If we have jobs there, we have jobs. The youth have got jobs, well-paying jobs. Then all these problems will go away.
So if we have jobs,
listen,
the landlord can afford to do whatever that he wants.
If we have jobs,
is that what you're saying?
We can digress a lot. If you have jobs, the government will take taxes. The country will be rich.
And the landlord will be defrauding the people.
There will be so many houses. There will be so many houses.
No, let's solve the problem.
No, what I'm saying is that our major problem is the unemployment. If we have people being employed, how many of these problems will vanish?
Okay. All right. About 10 minutes is up. Our 10 minutes is up.
Let me justify why I said what I said. Because you see, the point is that President draws a comparison between Ghana's social housing policy and that of Kenya, and admits that in Kenya they have hundreds and thousands of social housing projects, but then fails to give us his own solution. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
The president should be very interested in this, honestly.
He has never had it.
Honestly.
Okay. That'll be all for this morning. But a big thank you to Kwame Owusu Danso for coming through. He's the President Accountability Forum, and a lawyer. Peter Aka is an honorable former MP for Memphis Central. Also came through this morning. Honorable, thank you so much. Saka Salia is MPP Communication Team member. Also joined us this morning here on the show. I'm grateful to all of you for coming this morning. A big thank you to...
Introduce us.
See.
But you don't introduce engineers.
No,
that's not right. You don't introduce engineers.
I've been talking to Franco Trading Enterprise, still folks from Papafi. This weekend, Ghana First will be at the Achimota Mall on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make sure you come through from morning till evening. We're going to be there to enjoy some good music, buy Ghana products, meet people, exchange, do anything that will make you happy. All right? Yeah, we're all going to be there. The Joint Prime presenters will be there, so please meet us there. Let's have a good time together. And then 2nd to 5th, we're going to meet at Gomwa Central for the Gomwa Easter Carnival as well. Don't forget, April. Yes, 2nd to 5th April. We're all meeting at Gomwa constituency for the Gomwa Easter Carnival. Please do well and come through as well. But a big thank you to you who also sent in your messages as well.